Hello everyone, I'm Aaron from Sports 365. Here with me once again is my colleague Alex. So, the Heat just recently played the Grizzlies in Memphis and won 108 to 102. That's the Heat's third straight win, so they're now 4-4. It's not an ideal start, but definitely a lot better than 1-4. So it's a good win, and hopefully he can keep it up. So, before we go any further, what are your thoughts on these three straight wins and this win specifically against Memphis?
It's nice to win 3 in a row and get back to 500. This one against Memphis is not really impressive. They're terrible. Without John Morant, they're like 1-7 now. They're losing to us or something. I hope this little win streak and getting back to 500 doesn't make the front office think that the team's actually fine and we don't need to trade for a starting point guard. Because even though Lowry's been better the last several games, we still desperately need a starting point guard.
Yeah, I think the Heat could still benefit greatly from trading for a better point guard, and I still think that's what they should do. But it's good to see the team get back to 500 at least. Now, there were a number of players who played well in this game against Memphis. One of them was Bam, who had 38 points and 11 rebounds. Lowry had 17 points, Miller had 15 points, and Haywood Highsmith had 14 points. And Hawkins had 11 points, efficient shooting, including a really big three at the end of the fourth quarter that really sealed the win for the Heat. And Hawkins has also been very good defensively throughout the entire season so far. So, yeah, a number of contributors for the Heat in this game. So, what are your thoughts on the Heat's top contributors in this game?
Yeah, it's great to see that so many players contributed a lot to us winning this game.
Yeah, it's especially good to see Bam play so well. I think there have been a lot of comparisons between him and certain other big men in the NBA, particularly Anthony Davis and Jaren Jackson Jr. And it seemed like that fueled Bam even more to play even better. And outplayed both of them in both of these games. He of course won both of those games, and it's really good to see him continue to play well, especially be a lot more aggressive offensively. So yeah, it's really great to see him continue to play well. Lowry had a good game. As I said, still think he really need to trade for a better point guard, but hopefully he continues playing better. While he's still on the team. And Dream's kind of had a slow start this season. To be honest, it's only averaging about 15 points per game. So yeah, definitely would like to see more from him than that. Hopefully that happens. But had a pretty good game. And Highsmith has been a pretty big contributor and had 14 points in this game. As far as Hawkins goes, as I said, his defense has been really good. As we talked about in our video when he first drafted him, he had a bunch of defensive accolades in college, and so far that's translated, which is good to see. Some of the offensive stuff has looked kind of rough at times, but I think he'll figure it out. Just needs some more playing time, but I think just based on his defense, I think he should at the very least be in Heat's closing lineups. I don't think he's going to be in the starting lineups because of some of those offensive struggles, but definitely help the Heat close out games. But yeah, it's good to see a lot of contributors in that game. Now, there weren't that many negatives from this game, aside from the fact that it was maybe a bit closer than it really should have been. But one of them is that Hero suffered an ankle injury, and apparently he's going to be reassessed in a couple of weeks. But it's definitely a blow to the Heat because he's started out the season really well. So hopefully he is healthy again soon. So what are your thoughts on Harrow's injury in this game?
Yeah, I mean, it really sucks because, as you said, he had started off the season quite well, and unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's just a little ankle sprain. If it's not even that he's going to come back in a couple of weeks, he's not going to be reassessed for a couple of weeks, so it doesn't sound great, to be honest.
Yeah, it's definitely concerning, and of course, wishing the best. He started off the season playing really, really well, so hopefully he ends up coming back sooner than expect, and he will have to. The Heat players have to step up offensively and adapt, so hopefully that happens. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about is that the Heat actually played well in the fourth quarter of this game, scoring the Grizzlies 31-26 in the final quarter to win this game. The Heat have so far played pretty poorly in the fourth quarter overall, so it's good to see them do better in the fourth quarter in this game. Obviously, crucial to win. So hopefully that trend continues. What are your thoughts on Heat's fourth quarter performance in this game?
Yeah, it was really good to see us actually play well in the fourth quarter because we've struggled with playing well in the fourth quarter. I was going to say so far this season, but for a while, to be honest with you. So I'm glad we were able to play better in this game.
Yeah, I mean the Heat have played well in the fourth quarter and in general for a while. Honestly, usually it's the third quarter that ends up costing us games. But he definitely played well in the fourth quarter in this game, and hopefully will continue to execute well and play well in the fourth quarter because they need to keep doing that in order to keep winning games. Now, aside from Harrow's injury, I think the other main negative from this game is that the Heat's bench players only scored 26 points in total, which is obviously really bad. And I think the absence of Caleb Martin due to injury is certainly part of that. But the Heat's bench has not been particularly impressive so far this season in general, to be honest. So what are your thoughts on the Heat's bench performance in this game?
Yeah, not great.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't that good. I think he could probably benefit from upgrading the bench depth a little more. Of course, injuries, like I said, have contributed to that as well with Caleb Martin, one of the Heat's main bench players, being out so far. But either way, the bench definitely needs to play better, or the Heat needs to make a trade to improve the bench.
Yeah, I think we just need to make a trade, to be honest with you. Because if you just look at our bench players, it's not really good enough for a team that's going to try to make a deep run in the playoffs. Even though obviously the stars play more minutes in the playoffs, you still need a good bench to make a deep run, and we just don't have that great of a bench. So I think the first trade probably needs to be a starting point guard, and then we need to make another trade to get some more bench depth. Do I think?
Yeah, well, I would agree with that. I think he definitely need to improve the bench depth as well. Well, there you have it. 3 straight wins. Each of the Heat are back to 500 at 4-4. It isn't ideal, but it's obviously a lot better than 1-4. So hopefully the Heat continue this positive momentum and get back to a winning record.
Yep.